Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man. We're back in Saxony. And in the last episode, it was getting dark. I let it go into daylight, and we're going to get back out to the fields. It is a little bit foggy. I slept in a little bit. What time is it? It's 7:11. And a little bit foggy. Foggy when a courting. Let me turn the time up to normal. And let's jump out and... We were harvesting and seeding and such like that, so let's get this going. Let me get this to this truck here. That one that's causing some issues. Alright, let's get this unloaded. Yeah. Got some soya beans. I was going to mod that thing too, that fertilizer thing, and I didn't get around to it. I didn't get a round to it. Anybody ever have a round to it? There used to be a guy in town that sold shoes, and he had a whole bunch of those things made up. Just a round wooden coin. And it had the saying, this is for when you get around to it. This is a to it, and it's round. I don't know. Guess you had to be there. Oh, let's see here. Did we have some kind of a course set up? And if we did, it looks like he's done with it anyway. So let's just hire a worker and let him finish the strip out. That looks like all he's got left is one strip. Oh my God. What's wrong with this thing? Let me kick the cruise control up, see if that'll help him out. That's weird. Does that sometimes. Kick it up. Alright, I can't see anything. The fog's driving me crazy. Let me go ahead and get the grain out of this thing too while we're emptying things. If I can find another. Oh, he's full. I guess we gotta get rid of this first. Where the hell am I? 13. Oh, I'm going the complete wrong way here, aren't I? Where am I going? Oh, there's my farm over yonder. I told you I'm lost. Daryl Walker's been working. I didn't know that was Daryl on the combine. Hey, Daryl. Thanks for the help. I'm lost in the fog. My farm is this way. I'm not going to beat the train, I guess. I'm not even going to try. Birds are really loud in this game. Chirpity chirp. Whoa, that was a sharp turn. Down to $111,000. Wow, look at the poop pile up. What am I going to do with all the poo? I rhymed. Did you notice that? Okay, I tried everything I could to get the fertilizer out of the fertilizer spreader thing, and it's not working. Somebody told me, well, it was Control I. Well, I've tried Control I, it didn't work. I tried I, it didn't work. I've tried Y, it didn't work. I've tried R, it didn't work. I've done it before. It may be that there's something on this map or that mod that won't let me do it. Although, when I was on what was that, San Diego, I keep saying San Diego. When I was on Don Diego, I actually did it. I took that that spray rig and just hit the I button, and it just popped it right out. But it won't do it on this map. So I don't think it's the mod. It's not the mod. Because I've actually used that mod and did it. So I don't know. I guess I'm just, if I sell the equipment, I'm just going to lose it. Alright, well, it didn't fill me up. I'm not full up. Just going to pull him out of the road here. And we'll get this combine back in motion. In motion. Yeah, these things, I just don't get it. I've tried every combination of key I could. I turned certain mods off. Somebody told me to hit Control I, like I said. But I have Control I on another mod, which is the Super Strength mod, which I just activated. I've turned it off. So I went out and took the Super Strength mod completely out, and it still didn't do it. Normally you just hit the I key and it empties it out, but it's not doing it. It may be this map, I don't know. Moving on, I don't know, I was talking about this spray rig here. This is kind of cool. It's different. It's different than the other one. It's kind of cool. It kind of looks like more old-fashioned to me than the one in front of me over there, that one. So I like it, but I haven't actually remodded it to my preferences, and I don't know if I'm going to. My preferences are that it goes a little bit faster, that it holds a little bit more, that kind of thing. The one thing about this one is it's modded to do everything. It'll do lime, it'll do solid fertilizer, it'll do liquid fertilizer, and it will do the herbicide. So it's kind of cool. It doesn't have, or it does have collision on the boom, so you have to be careful of that. So it's not going to turn on the end of the field and avoid trees like that one does. So I don't know. We'll find out how it's going to work. Let's get back to work before I get crazy here. Whoops. This guy had a course, and now he does not. So let's see. This is field 11. Harvest corn 30 meters. That's the one right there. And let's get on with it. Now, let's see. I need to go in. I'm turning the... I want to go back into controls here. Was it that one? Or this one? That's it right there. I'm going to turn this back up to fast. And go back. And we're going to seed some fields here, but before I do, I'm going to use some of that fertilizer that I can't get rid of. That's not it. This is it. We're going to use some of this stuff that I can't get rid of. Drive through the fog here. I can't see a thing. I see fog and trees, and that's it. Look out, zombies, because I can't see you. Oh, wait a minute. I can't see them. They're right there. Electric gate's a little bit slow, isn't it? A little bit. I love these gates in this on this map that they see you from a mile away and they start opening. That's cool. Sometimes I'm a little afraid that I'm going to catch the gate when I get too close to him. Now see, this one, I don't have to worry when I get to the end of the field that that boom's going to get caught in the trees because there's no collision on it. But the new one does have collision on it, and it's not going to do what this one just did. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my strategy here, and I'm going to fertilize the field. For this field was just plowed, and I'm going to fertilize it first. Let's just hire a worker and see what he does. See if he'll do it for us. Okay, I'm going to jump out of this, and it's going to say that it's 50% fertilized. Now over here where it's freshly plowed, it is not. So if it's because I've been having trouble again, like I've said, keeping up with all the fertilizing before the damn crops grow. So we're going to change our strategy here a little bit, and we'll fertilize first, and then we'll seed. And my seeder is, actually that's a cultivator seeder, and it will cultivate, seed, and fertilize in one round. So hopefully this might do the second fertilizing. I don't know if it will. We'll find out. Now I got to decide also what I'm going to plant. Oh, geez, it's always a problem. It shouldn't be, because I don't have any use for any particular crop, really, if there's no production. So the smartest thing to do would be to plant the crop that sold for the most money and had the best yield. And I think that's poppies in most of the fields or farms on 2019. But you don't want to do poppies all the dang time. All right, I don't have any of this stuff down here. Got none of that. I do have poppies. Not very many, though. Okay, so I got poppies. What else we need? I've got beets. I've got potatoes. I got corn now because I just finished that harvest. I got soybeans. A little bit of sunflower seeds. And some canola. 500,000 canola. Barley and wheat. And oats. I got plenty of wheat, almost 500,000 in wheat. I'm probably gonna have to sell some of that though, because I'm gonna need money pretty soon. I'm down to my last $100,000. Fertilizer and seed cost that much. So I'll tell you what we do. Let's do some more canola and some more sunflower seeds maybe, and some barley. Uh-oh. What's happening here? What's he doing on this field? What? Uh-oh, trouble. This is not the field he's supposed to be working. Whoops, stop that. What are you doing? Well, how much did he get done? Huh. I don't know. He went down at least once. Guess I'm going to have to do this by hand, huh? Wow, I don't know how he got clear over on the tracks and on that other field. I wasn't watching. Gotta watch these guys all the time, don't you? Alright, that's got him. Look out, train. He's the orange blossom special. Kind of looked orangish. Orangish. Is that a word? Orangish? You never know about words nowadays. The English language is so weird. With words that sound the same that have different meanings. Words that are spelled the same but have different meanings. That's crazy. You got right, and right. You know, you have the right. You can right. Turn to the right. It's just crazy. Crazy. All right, let's get to that cedar. And then I got to go check on my combines, I guess. He's full. He's full. Let's get him going. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had a phone call, and I don't remember where I left off. But I'm back now. So, I think I was picking up some corn and getting that corn header, or that corn guy put together. This guy's full, soybeans. Going to empty him and finish that one off, and then we'll get back to the seeding. I am a little bit not with it. You can probably tell. In earlier discussions, I told you I was sick. On top of everything else, I got the flu, and I've been sick all week. So I ended up going to the hospital last week, and then got the flu on top of that. So I've not been well. I haven't done any recording. I've been doing a lot of sleeping and drinking fluids and stuff like that. And so it's I'm back to feeling good, but things are pretty dang hectic around here, and I'm having a hard time concentrating. I have a hard time not being interrupted. It's like I don't know. I'm the patron of the family, right? So it's like I have to be involved in everything for some reason. They can't leave me alone for 5 seconds, and they know I'm recording. And so the phone rings and nobody picks it up, and then somebody's at the door. Then my cell phone's going off. I know you're recording, but I have to ask you a question. It's just almost impossible for me to get anything done. Consequently, you'll hear me sometimes, and I'll be telling you that it's late at night when I'm recording. I have to wait till everybody goes to bed sometimes. It's just, I don't record. I have a hard time recording when I've got the time to record. I kind of have to wait till my wife goes shopping, and then hope she doesn't have to call me for something. That's crazy. All right, it's got a little bit of soybeans in it. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, so I'm having one of those days where I don't know whether I'm coming or going. It's the first day I've really felt well since I had the flu. I felt pretty good yesterday, but it didn't last. I got up and was kind of groggy and not quite 100%. And then in the late afternoon, I felt pretty good, and then close to early evening, I started having a little bit of a relapse and ended up going to bed again. I wasn't sick, but I just didn't feel like doing anything but sleeping, and that's not normal for me. I'm not a sleeper. I don't like to sleep any longer than I actually need it for resting my body. Because I I don't like to sleep my life away. I want to live my life, not sleep it away. So if I find that I can do fine with about anywhere from 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I do my best. I could survive on 5 hours sleep for quite a while, but 6 or 7 is about what's best for me. And I don't like sleeping any longer than that, because I feel like if I do that, I'm not living, I'm sleeping. I don't want to be unconscious most of my life. All right, this guy's actually on a course, isn't he? I had to let him go. So anyway, today's the first day that I actually feel almost back to normal. And yet, I just feel distracted about everything for some reason. This is going to be a terrible video, I'm afraid. But if I don't do one, I won't have anything to put up tomorrow, because I haven't recorded in a week. And the bad part is I couldn't even do live streams because I was sick. So not only could I not do live streams, I couldn't record either. So there's absolutely my video drawer is empty. And I'm afraid I'm not going to be very entertaining. If I am at all, anyway. All right, hey. Right, let's get on with this. We're done with him. So we'll take him in and dump this soybeans. I've been a little bit not concerned because you guys know this is my hobby. I'm not making these videos for money or anything other than the fact that I enjoy doing it, and it's something for me to do. It keeps me busy, and that kind of thing. But I noticed, I don't know, several months ago, I noticed that my subscribership just stopped. Literally, it just stopped. I've had the same number. I thought I'd be up to 5,000 by now, and that was always my goal. It's just I didn't ask for much. I didn't ask to have 100,000 or a million, or I don't know if I'd even like having a million subscribers. It'd be more like a job, and I wouldn't be able to answer all the comments, and I wouldn't be able to interact with everybody in a live stream. That's what I enjoy doing. So I don't know if I ever wanted to be really big, but my initial goal was just to have about 5,000. And I've told the story before. I live in a town of 5,000 people, and I just thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could say I had 5,000 subscribers and that I could pretty much pretend that was everybody in my town watching me. That's kind of silly, but that's kind of what I've always said. But about 4, 5, 6 months ago, my numbers just stopped. I mean, completely. I haven't gained a subscribers count. I'm talking about count now. I'm not talking about actual people. And what that means is that I get new subscribers. I'll get email that such and such has subscribed to you today. The next day I'll get an email, 2 people have subscribed to you today. But I will get 2 people subscribe, and the next day 2 people that have left. And so I actually haven't gained new subscribers for 6 months. Well, here's the funny part. I'm watching other YouTubers that are complaining about the same thing. Some of them are very big YouTubers. Some of them are average sized. A lot of them are like 100, 200,000 subscribers. And they're all saying the same thing, that there's something wrong that they can go back and look at their charts, their analytic charts, and all of a sudden they were doing really, really good, and the charts were all in the upward position. And then about 5 to 6 months ago, the same time frame I'm looking at, it just stopped. And there's a lot of people thinking the same thing. This can't be normal. This has to be contrived by somebody. And of course, Google's the owner of YouTube. So, and there's talks about something called shadow banning, and basically kind of banning things on YouTube because they don't like what you're saying, or they don't like the way you're politically leaning, let's say. So, I don't know what to think about that. Why would they mess with a channel my size? I mean, gosh, I'm barely surviving. But that doesn't mean anything if it's an algorithm. If it's some kind of an algorithm that's pushed towards a certain population, then I would surely fit. Because somebody said, well, how they're not going to focus in on your little channel. I said, no, they're not necessarily. But who has all the information? Really, who's got all the information? They know everything about you. Between Facebook, Google, all of these places like that, they absolutely know everything about you. They know what kind of soda you drink. They know where you buy your groceries. They keep tabs of all this stuff. They know your social security number. They know your phone number. They know your cell phone number. They can text you. They can do, all kinds of stuff. They know what you buy. Amazon knows all of that. And they're all kind of hooked in some way or another. And so, that means if they know me, they know how I politically lean. And if it's not the way they lean, I might be put under that algorithm. I know, conspiracy theory, right? But I don't buy into conspiracy theories. I've lived long enough to know that there are times when something happens and somebody says, oh, well, that will never happen in this country, or that's just the most ridiculous conspiracy theory I've ever heard of. 2-3 years later, it's actually true. Or it takes effect and becomes true. So I've seen that happen too many times, so I don't discount things that other people might say is a conspiracy theory. To me, a conspiracy theory is the fact that NASA is lying to us that it's really a flat Earth. And NASA's lying to us and the government's withholding information because they don't want us to know the Earth is flat. That's a conspiracy theory right there. So I don't know what's going on. I know other YouTubers are asking people to make sure they subscribe, make sure that if they like you and they want you to continue, make sure they subscribe, make sure you like the videos, make sure you share the videos, because YouTube is not doing that. If it's something that YouTube is doing, and this is actually happening to a lot of these YouTube channels where they don't like what you're doing, so they're not sharing it with anybody. So they're not getting new subscribers because they've stopped sharing that person's videos, and they do what they call shadow banning. And so if they want new subscribers, they have to ask the subscribers they have to share their videos to get new viewers, because YouTube's not doing that. They're not putting you on a recommendation list. I've never been on anybody's recommendation list that I've ever seen, and I've got 2,500 some videos up there. You'd think that if you typed in farming sim, you'd see one of my videos, because I have probably, I've got more videos on farming sim than a lot of people do. But anyway, quite the ramble, isn't it? Don't ask me where I started thinking about this. I actually started thinking about this about 2-3 months ago when I was chatting with Scorpion, and he said we were talking about burnout, things like that, and I said I'm not burned out. I slowed down on the work I was doing, not putting as many videos as I used to a couple years ago. But that was a killer. But all of a sudden, I said to him, I said, "Yeah, I don't think it's really going to make any difference because I think my channel's dying." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, look, I haven't. My subscriber count hasn't changed in months." I said, "I think my channel's dying. I think it's just dying. So one of these days, I might just have to retire." And that's when we started looking at what's happening to other YouTubers and finding out it isn't just me. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'm still having fun. I'll still make videos. There's probably more than one reason anyway. I told, like I told Scorpion, I said, I could have changed. A lot of the people that were doing farming vids like I'd started out doing, changed. They stopped doing the Let's Plays like I'm doing, and they started doing reviews and tutorials and little short videos. Today, we're going to look at this John Deere tractor, and they do maybe a 10-minute video on this new John Deere tractor. And or they're going to take a 15 minutes and do a review of a new map, a quick tutorial. How do you climb into this tractor and get back down without tripping and falling down on the thing? So here's a 10-minute tutorial on how you do that. Now a lot of guys started doing that kind of thing, and they started getting more views than I was ever getting. But that's not what I do. I like to play the game and record it. That's what I like to do. And I'm not sure if that's what people like to watch anymore. Alright, something's off here. That's not it. There we go. I got it. I was trying to figure out my equipment. I couldn't get the seeder to lower. So yeah, this is kind of a sad little video. This is going to be probably the worst video I've ever recorded. And so I apologize for that. Probably shouldn't even put it up. But I got nothing else to put up. Because it's Monday afternoon now, and I got to have something ready for tomorrow morning. And I'm sorry, but this is probably going to be it. You're going to watch this and say, "Oh my God, this is the best you could do." Evidently, maybe that's why my channel's dying. Well, the other thing is a lot of people jumped over and started doing, live streams, live streaming, because, and I could do that. I really could. But it's not what I enjoy doing the most. Playing the game and recording the game is what I've always enjoyed doing. You've heard me say many times that live streaming scares me. I'm not comfortable with it. But I think had I have done that last year, or started doing tutorials, or 5 minutes of how to get into a tractor and not fall down in the dirt, like other people are doing, I'd probably have tons more subscribers. I don't know. People's attention spans are a lot different than they were. Let me go look at that other field and see if I've done anything that was worth doing. If you remember, I started off by fertilizing. No, see, it didn't count the fertilizer. So I still need to do a second fertilizing. Now, see, that's what I thought. This was in the space game I play. We call this science. What would happen if you did this instead of that, and the results are the science? This is this is kind of the farm version of it. If I do this, am I going to have 100% fertilization? No, I'm not. The reason why, and I knew this anyway, but I thought I'd try it, is I have to wait till the next growth stage of the crop before it will let me do a second fertilization. Now, is there something else I can do that will supersede that? So let's try. And I'm not going to have time in this video to do it, but this field right here is freshly plowed. Let's get this thing off the field. Okay, this one's freshly plowed, no fertilizer, no seeds, no nothing. If I fertilize this one and either then replow it, maybe I should have fertilized it first. So if I fertilize it first and then plow it and then seed and fertilize, is that gonna make a difference? Or is it only after the crop that you plant has a second growth stage? Which is what I've always thought. There's that jet cloud that goes. See, did you see that shadow of that jet? I've seen the shadow come over, but I never see the jet that's making the shadow, and I don't know if there is one. I think it's just the jet shadow that's coming over. I can't prove it in a court of law, but I was actually standing in the field one day when I saw that shadow, and so I was able to look up into the sky, and I never saw the jet, just the shadow. You know, maybe I missed it. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's a completely accurate statement, but I couldn't prove it because I couldn't see it. And I don't feel like standing out in the field for 2 days waiting for that plane shadow to fly over. Because I could look up and I didn't see it. We're going to have a cliffhanger. I don't think I've got enough time to finish this experiment. Now, I'm not going to replow this field. It's already plowed. But what I could do is I could get just an actual cultivator and cultivate the fertilizer and see if that changes the state of the field. And then come along with the cedar fertilizer rig. The only problem is I don't have a cultivator, so I'm going to have to buy one or lease one. I could lease one. So, let's see. There's a plow. We don't want to plow. Where am I at here? Coordinators, beat, plow, power, subsoilers, cultivator. Let's look at a cultivator here. See, that's a plow. I don't want that one. Wait a minute. That's not the mod. That's the cultivator. But I don't want one that big. Or do I? Let's do... well, let's just lease this horse. Oh, let's lease it. All right, so I need to get a tractor over there. Let's see. What am I going to use for a tractor? I could use the cedar tractor. Let's unhook from this. Wait a minute. Okay, I could do that. Hang on. We're going to do a quick jump here over to the dealer, which is there. I should ask you when you watch this to if it's the worst video you've ever seen me make. I'm only half joking about this. if it's the worst, because I'm scared that this is going to be the stupidest video I ever made, or the worst one I ever made, and I've got to put it up anyway because I'm not going to have anything else to put up. So maybe I should say, look, you guys that know me, if this is the worst video you think I've ever done, give me a thumbs down. And if I'm just being paranoid, then give me a thumbs up. I don't know. That's funny. It doesn't really matter if a video gets a thumbs up or a thumbs down. YouTube doesn't care. They count them the same. So in actuality, if every video that I made got a thumbs down, my channel would be just as successful as it could get. So if I had 100 views and 100 people gave me a thumbs up, that would be good, right? On the flip side, if I had 100 views and 100 people gave me a thumbs down, YouTube would count it exactly the same. I would still be a success. It's crazy. That's why I don't like the thumbs up, thumbs down business. I don't care for it at all because it's not accurate for anything. And all it does is to upset people that get thumbs down, and they're upset because they think somebody doesn't like them. When all it really is some 10-year-old just going through hitting the thumbs down to everybody just because they want to be mean today. Or it's somebody that is watching the video that is a Grand Theft Auto player and they think farming sucks. And so when they flip to it and say, oh, it's a farming video, that sucks, and they hit the thumbs down. Now, they're not hitting the thumbs down to say that you're a bad commentator or a bad YouTuber, or that you're not entertaining, or that they don't like you. They're giving you a thumbs down because they don't like the game you're playing. Or they're just mean people. Well, what's the point of giving somebody a thumbs down if you don't like what they're doing? Just go to a different channel. You know, you don't have to watch it. Why would you give it a thumbs down? That's just like, why would I waste my time? You know, but okay. The only reason would be because I was mean and want that person to let them know that I think they suck. You know, for whatever reason, even though I don't know them. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm kind of opinionated sometimes, I guess. But yeah, I don't really care for that. I'm not a big fan of thumbs up, thumbs down. Because on the flip side, if you get a thumbs up, it's probably from somebody that either likes you, thinks you're entertaining, or enjoys what they just saw. And to me, that's probably more accurate. The thumbs up are probably more accurate than the thumbs down will ever be. I think the thumbs down are not accurate in the least. I think there's just either somebody being mean, you know, or maybe they truly don't like what you just did, and that's fine, but what's the point of letting the person know other than to be mean? So yeah, don't like the thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, let me jump out of here. I'm going to take a look at what we just did, and it still has 100% fertilizer on it. Now the problem is, though, that I've got... Oh no, I took my tractor that I'm going to need to actually test a seeder. Let me grab this and see if I can... Oh, come on! What did I do? What happened? What's happening? Mega strength. Okay, it's activated. Why can't I pick this? Oh, geez, there goes. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. Well, is it that heavy? I thought I had this set up pretty tough. Like, I should be able to pick this up. Did that guy get a chance to move? No, not really. I'm just wasting time here. Let me see if I can grab this hand. Pick it up. No, pick it up and toss it over that way. Pick it up. Well, that might have given him some room. I don't know. Oh, I should have tossed it the other way. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just wasting time here now. I think it's going to be... All right, tell you what. I'm going to have to continue this little experiment in the next episode. So, you know what that means. The next episode is going to suck as much as this one does. Okay. I'm going to end the episode here, and I apologize. Maybe I just ended my career. I will... I'm glad you all came by. If you like it, you know, like it. I don't know what. I'm flabbergasted now. I don't know what to say. Let's just keep my fingers crossed that I see you in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.